I'm pro-death. What that means is I try to maximize death in every arena of my life, and as such, I stand firmly in favor of the vegetarian lifestyle. Now, we've all dealt with vegetarians. Some of them are offensive, some of them are not. But the lifestyle of vegetarian is something that is worth admiration as a pro-death individual. You really have to hand it to them the way they have woven this carnage into their lives and the system of denial which they've worked in around it. Often, my vegetarian friends will say things to me like, "Meat is murder," when they see me eating a hamburger or wearing my leather jacket or my leather boots. And I will look at them and I will ask them, do you think that you are not killing those things that you are chewing up? No, death is death, no matter where you come across it. Many vegetarians will try and say that it's a morality issue. The reason that they are less immoral than a meat eater is because they don't devour as many. Well, I take issue with that, because really, it's in the numbers. But let's do a simple analysis of the meal. Let's look at your average steak dinner. The steak dinner, I might have my steak, that's one. You might have 2 or 3 potatoes in there. We might even have some green beans on the plate, which are admittedly seed pods, so there we've got a few hundred more. The numbers are still staggeringly low. Let's look at the average garden salad. Now, garden salad, of course, will be primarily greens of some sort. Now, that can include spinach, that can include kale, that can include lettuces of different sorts, a variety of different species. And if the individual is not preparing them themselves, we can count on the fact that these were mass-produced. So we may have, in fact, up to 20 or 30 individuals in any given batch of greens. In addition, we're going to have some sprouts in there. Now, these sprouts each represent a plant life that could have been but never will be. And let's not leave out tomatoes. While those little seed pods, while tasty, contain hundreds of potential lives that are being snuffed with each delicious bite. Beyond that, we may have some carrots, the root structures which are essential for life, and that can take our numbers even higher. In the end, the numbers which we're seeing off of the garden salad are going to be much higher than what we're going to see off of the average carnivore meal. So, in point of fact, I've got to hand it to those vegetarians. They really know how to lay down the death. Often when they're reminded of these things, they try to assert some sort of a moral high ground. They try to say, well, at least the things that I'm eating aren't suffering in any way. I asked them, really, have you not ever studied anything about the communication of plants? Well, in the book, The Secret Life of Plants, they go on about the pheromonal communication systems, which can be quite specific, and they have individual pheromones for different species of insects which attack, from different types of strain damage that can occur, from invading omnivores which come through and knock them down. If you wanted to, you could find out a great deal about what the plants are trying to tell you, how they scream under the mandibles of the various beetles and whatnot. Communicating information so specific, they can even warn specific micrometers of depth of their waxy cuticle to tell their nearby brethren, "Oh my God, I'm being eaten by a Japanese boar beetle, save yourselves!" And that indicates that these plants are, in fact, very much aware of their environment and are communicating desperately. We are simply too insensitive to notice it. Often they will tell me, well, I can't hear it, I can't see it, I don't know what they're doing. And that's simply because of your own ignorance and lack of sensory capability. Well, by that logic, all we've got to do is gouge out their eyes, put a nice set of soundproof earphones on them, hand them a sledgehammer, and put them to work down a local slaughterhouse. In that way, they can join into the carnage with the rest of the carnivores. Now, when it comes to actually procuring the materials for their meals, the vegetarians have got the carnivores beat hands down. While we may use large feed yards loaded up with these creatures, the vegetarians have refined their death to an even more nefarious art. They send in the machines, large diesel-consuming machines, to eradicate every living creature which is in the environment which they seek to exploit. This goes all the way down from the insects at the base level all the way up to the top predators. They kill every living thing that might be in that area. For what purpose? To till the soil, to render it into a ground mulch, to plant the seeds of their own slave species. Now, this species that they're making use of isn't something from nature. No. Instead, they have taken these creatures, these plants, and they have modified them. They have altered their genetics. They have changed them in ways so that they will be able to survive what's to come next. Once we have established the property, the territory which these gardens will be grown in, we guard it viciously. Any creature which attempts to come in and steal from our agricultural fruits will be eradicated. In addition to that, we spray these fields with poisons, deadly chemicals which we've developed, and inserted the resistance to these poisons to the plants themselves to assure that they will be able to survive this deadly rain which we have created. Now, of course, the runoff from this will carry the death further, well beyond the boundaries of the farm that's been established by the vegetarians, spreading the carnage even further as it goes. What is the point of killing all of these creatures and protecting these crops? So that we get to go and kill them ourselves. That's right, we don't want anyone else to have a chance. We're going to use it all for us. Every one of those plants will be taken out of the ground, processed, and devoured. And then we plant more so we can come back next year and enjoy all the fun all over again. Season after season, the vegetarians rain carnage upon our green brethren, protecting the red-blooded fleshy creatures which we carnivores enjoy feeding upon. Is there a moral equivalency here? It's hard to say, but when it comes to sheer numbers, there is no equivalency. No, the vegetarian truly does consume far more than the carnivore could ever hope to. The vegetarians are the ones, in the end, who I have to grant, do the most fun, the most damage, and the most carnage in the system. So let's all give a round of applause to our vegetarian friends, the true champions of the pro-death party. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out more on our channel. For more information on how all of this got started, check out this video. Click here to check out our views on the pro-anti-abortion movement from the pro-death party. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice death. Pro-death for life.